Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're traveling back to the very beginning of one of the most iconic coin series in American history. It's the legendary Connecticut State Quarter, released in 1999 as part of the United States Mint's ambitious 50 state quarters program. This coin might look like something you'd see every day in spare change, but don't be fooled. Certain rare versions of this quarter have shocked collectors with their surprising value and extraordinary historical charm. So keep watching closely, because if you own one of these special Connecticut quarters, you could be sitting on a small treasure without even knowing it. The Connecticut State Quarter pays tribute to one of the oldest symbols of American endurance, the famous charter oak. This magnificent tree stood for centuries before being destroyed in a storm in the 1850s, but its story lives on as a symbol of resistance, courage, and the preservation of freedom. The intricate detail on the quarter's reverse side captures the sprawling branches of the oak in a way that almost feels alive. For collectors, that detail is part of the magic. Every curve and line tells a piece of the state's history and gives the coin a timeless appeal. But what really turns this quarter into a coin collector's dream isn't just its design or its historical significance. It's the incredible rarity of certain versions and errors produced during the minting process. While millions of Connecticut quarters were made for circulation, only a tiny fraction were struck with unusual minting mistakes. These errors are the key to their immense value, and they're exactly what collectors hunt for like buried treasure. Some of the most desirable errors include off-center strikes, where the design appears shifted or incomplete, giving the coin a dramatic and unmistakable look. Others feature double dies, creating a doubled image around the tree branches, lettering, or edges. There are also coins with clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a mistake when the blank metal discs were punched out. These unusual flaws turn an ordinary quarter into a unique collectible, because no two error coins are ever exactly the same. Each one carries its own personality and story. Another reason collectors adore the Connecticut State Quarter is its place in American coinage history. Being one of the very first state quarters ever released makes it a milestone coin, something that marks the beginning of a new era in U.S. numismatics. People remember the excitement of collecting all 50 states, and this coin holds nostalgic value that only grows stronger with time. When nostalgia meets rarity and error varieties, the value skyrockets. So why do some of these quarters sell for unbelievably high amounts? Because serious collectors know that early state quarters with dramatic, well-preserved minting errors are incredibly difficult to find today. Most were spent, scratched, worn down, or lost over the years. Coming across one in crisp, uncirculated condition is already uncommon, but finding one with a major error is like discovering a hidden chapter of minting history. These coins don't just look different. They stand out, they spark conversation, and they represent the beautiful unpredictability of the minting process. If you're checking your own coin collection, pay attention to every detail. Look at the edges, examine the tree branches, inspect the lettering under bright light, and check for alignment issues or unusual shapes. A small mistake in the minting room over 20 years ago might be your ticket to owning a rare and valuable treasure. And now, the moment that collectors love to hear. A pristine, dramatic error version of the Connecticut State Quarter from 1999 has been known to reach an astonishing value of $92,000. Top 2, we're exploring one of the most eye-catching pieces from the 50 State Quarter program, a coin that celebrates rugged beauty and American engineering, the West Virginia State Quarter from 2005. On the surface, it looks like an ordinary quarter you might find in an old piggy bank or tucked inside a drawer, but collectors know better. Some special versions of this coin have stunned the coin community with shocking rarity, breathtaking errors, and unbelievable value. Listen closely, because if you ever stumble upon one of these rare West Virginia quarters, you might be holding far more than 25 cents. The West Virginia State Quarter features one of the most iconic views in the nation, the New River Gorge Bridge. With its graceful steel arch stretching across one of the oldest rivers on Earth, the design captures both natural wonder and human achievement. The detailed carving of the canyon, the curve of the bridge, and the layered rock of the gorge make this quarter stand out from the rest of the state series. It's a miniature work of art, a landscape frozen in silver-colored metal, and collectors have always admired the elegance of its design. But the real excitement comes from the rare minting varieties and errors that make certain West Virginia quarters incredibly valuable. While millions were made for circulation, the mint occasionally experienced small mechanical mishaps that resulted in astonishingly rare coins. These flaws were never meant to exist, and that is exactly why collectors chase them with such passion. One of the most talked about errors is the dramatic off-center strike. On these coins, the bridge may appear pushed to one side, the lettering can be partially cut off, and a blank crescent of metal forms along one edge. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more eye-catching the coin becomes. Others were struck on defective metal planchets, leaving unusual textures, clipped sections, or oddly shaped rims. Then there are double-die varieties, where parts of the design appear doubled. Letters seem to glow with a shadow, or the lines of the bridge look as if they were drawn twice. These double impressions transform the coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible. Collectors adore the West Virginia quarter not just for its errors, but also for its place in American memory. Many people remember collecting these quarters as kids, swapping them with family, or hunting for each new state as they appeared. That nostalgia now mixes with rarity, creating a powerful demand for well-preserved coins. A perfectly clean version, untouched by circulation, already holds appeal. But when you combine pristine condition with a dramatic mint error, you get a coin that rises to celebrity status in the numismatic world. If you're sorting through your own coins, pay careful attention. Look closely at the lettering around the edges. Examine the bridge's steel beams for doubling or distortion. Check whether the design sits perfectly centered. Even a small variation might separate a regular quarter from a rare collectible. The key is not to rush. True coin lovers know that treasure hides in the tiniest details. The West Virginia State Quarter reminds us that even modern coins can carry rare surprises. They may appear common, but a single unexpected error can turn an everyday quarter into something incredibly valuable. Collectors love these surprises because they're unpredictable, unique, and almost impossible to intentionally create. Every rare error has its own story of how it slipped through the machinery and escaped into the world. And now, for the part every collector loves to hear. A rare, dramatically misstruck West Virginia State Quarter from 2005 has been known to reach an astonishing value of $88,000. Top 3, we're diving into one of the most iconic pieces from the United States State Quarter program, a coin dedicated to the land of Lincoln itself, the Illinois State Quarter. Whether you found this coin in pocket change or tucked away in a family collection, you might be surprised to learn that certain rare versions of the Illinois quarter have gained incredible attention from collectors around the world. Stay focused, because the details you're about to hear could reveal whether you're holding something far more valuable than a simple 25 cents. The Illinois State Quarter honors the rich history and spirit of the state. At the center of the design is the unmistakable figure of Abraham Lincoln, standing proudly with the outline of Illinois behind him. Surrounding this is a vivid tribute to the state's heritage, the Chicago skyline rising upward, the farmland stretching outward, and the star marking the city's place on the map. It's a coin that blends history, geography, and culture in a single, beautifully detailed design. Collectors adore this level of artistry because it makes the coin stand out even before rarity comes into the picture. But what makes this coin truly exciting are the rare minting errors that were never intended to exist. While millions of Illinois quarters were struck for everyday use, a tiny number left the mint with mistakes so unusual that they instantly became prized collectibles. These errors transform an ordinary piece of currency into a unique treasure that serious collectors chase, like hidden gems. Some of the most fascinating errors include off-center strikes, where Lincoln or the map appears shifted toward the rim, leaving parts of the design missing or strangely misaligned. The more extreme the shift, the more valuable the coin. Then there are double-die varieties, where the lettering or the outline of Illinois shows a ghost-like doubling effect. giving the coin a dramatic and unmistakable look. Even small doubling around Lincoln's figure can significantly increase the coin's value. Another rare type of error includes coins struck on the wrong planchet. Coins minted on a metal piece mint for a different denomination. These pieces often come out with unusual colors, lighter weight, or a different ring when tapped. They are incredibly rare and highly sought after because they represent a perfect storm of minting missteps that collectors dream of finding. Clipped planchets are another exciting discovery. These coins appear as if a small bite has been taken out of the edge, caused by a misfeed during the punching process. Each clipped planchet is unique, and when combined with the Illinois quarter's detailed design, the effect is striking and unforgettable. These types of errors can boost the coin's worth far beyond its face value. Collectors also treasure this coin because of its connection to Abraham Lincoln. His presence instantly elevates the coin's desirability, making any rare variety even more special. When you add the nostalgia of the state quarter era, when Americans eagerly waited for each new design, you get a coin that continues to grow in popularity as the years pass. If you're sorting through your collection or examining coins at home, take your time and inspect every detail. Look closely at Lincoln's outline. Check the placement of the lettering. Examine the edges for clips, cracks, or odd shapes. A rare error can be subtle or dramatic, but either way it could be the difference between an ordinary find and an extraordinary discovery. The Illinois State Quarter reminds us that even modern coins can hide remarkable surprises. And now we reach the moment that coin lovers always look forward to. One exceptional error version of the Illinois State Quarter has been known to reach a remarkable value of $84,000. Top 4 if you're someone who loves coins that capture the soul of a place, coins that feel like miniature landscapes frozen in metal, then the Oregon State Quarter from 2005 is a treasure you'll want to hear all about. This coin is not just a piece of currency. It's a tiny window into one of the most breathtaking natural wonders in the United States. And for collectors, certain rare versions of this quarter have become legendary for their value, their errors, and the excitement they bring to the hobby. Stick with me closely, because if you own one of these special Oregon quarters, you might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. The Oregon State Quarter features one of the most famous natural landmarks in the Pacific Northwest, Crater Lake. The calm, deep blue waters, the majestic Wizard Island rising from the surface, and the rugged cliffs surrounding the lake all blend into a beautiful, peaceful design. It's a breathtaking landscape, and the United States Mint succeeded in capturing that beauty on a small silver-colored coin. Collectors admire this design because it tells a story of natural history, volcanic origins, and the untouched beauty of Oregon's wilderness. But as stunning as this design may be, the real thrill in the coin collecting world comes from the rare and unexpected minting mistakes that occurred during production. While millions of Oregon quarters were circulated across the country, only a very small number left the mint with dramatic errors. Errors so rare that they've turned ordinary change into valuable collectibles. One of the most desirable errors is the off-center strike. On these quarters, you might see the lake shifted toward one side, the wording partially cut off, or the rim appearing unusually thick on one edge. The more extreme the shift, the more attention the coin receives from collectors. Another sought-after rarity is the double die variety, which creates a doubling effect on the lettering or the outlines of Wizard Island. This doubling gives the coin a bold, almost shimmering appearance when viewed under light. There are also coins struck with clipped planchets, where part of the metal blank was missing before the coin was pressed. These pieces have a clean, curved section cut from the edge, and because no two clips are exactly the same, each clipped planchet coin becomes a one-of-a-kind collectible. Even more exciting are wrong planchet strikes, a very rare accident where the design is stamped onto a metal blank mint for another denomination. These pieces often look lighter, thinner, or oddly toned, making them instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. What makes the Oregon Quarter even more appealing is the nostalgia surrounding the state quarter program. Millions of collectors, both beginners and experts, rushed to gather all 50 designs as they were released. The Oregon Quarter was one of the most admired for its peaceful beauty and outdoor spirit. That emotional connection, combined with rarity and minting errors, has pushed certain Oregon quarters to incredible levels of value. If you're checking your own collection at home, be patient and observant. Look carefully at the edges. Study the lettering around the rim. Inspect Wizard Island for signs of doubling or distortion. Even a small minting flaw could dramatically increase your coin's worth. True collectors know that the smallest detail can turn a simple quarter into a prized treasure. The Oregon State Quarter is a reminder that even modern coins can hold hidden gems, pieces of metal with stories, surprises, and extraordinary value. And now, the moment every coin collector loves to hear. A rare error version of the 2005 Oregon State Quarter has been known to reach an incredible value of $82,000. Top 5. The Georgia State Quarter from 1999 may look like a simple piece of change, but behind its smooth silver surface lies a world of rarity, beauty, and unexpected value. Collectors around the world have been astonished by the unique errors found on some of these coins, and if you happen to own one of these special pieces, you might be holding something far more valuable than you ever thought possible. So listen carefully, especially if you love coins with history, character, and collector excitement. The Georgia State Quarter was one of the earliest releases in the iconic 50 State Quarter program. Being one of the first designs instantly gives it a special place in coin history. The design pays tribute to Georgia's nickname, the Peach State, with a beautifully detailed peach placed in the center. Surrounding it is an outline of the state, branches of live oak, and Georgia's official motto, wisdom, justice, moderation. The combination of natural symbols and bold lines makes this one of the most recognizable designs in the entire series. Collectors admire the charm of this coin not only for its design, but also because it captures the pride, heritage, and agricultural spirit of Georgia. But what truly elevates this coin beyond its face value is the rare collection of minting errors that appeared on a small number of 1999 Georgia quarters. These errors were never intended to exist, and that is exactly what makes them so valuable. When the minting machinery misaligns, slips, or presses the design incorrectly, the results can be dramatic and worth hundreds or even thousands of times the coin's natural value point. One of the most eye-catching errors is the off-center strike. On these rare pieces, the peach or the lettering may be pushed toward the edge, leaving a blank crescent of metal on one side. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes to collectors who love unusual and visually striking pieces. Another unforgettable error involves double die impressions, where parts of the lettering or the outline of the state appear doubled. Under light, this doubling gives a shadow-like effect that instantly catches the eye of trained collectors. There are also rare examples of the Georgia quarter being struck on the wrong metal planchet. This means the design was accidentally pressed onto a blank mint for a different coin, sometimes a dime, sometimes a foreign planchet. These rare pieces often weigh differently, sound differently, or show unusual coloring. They are among the most valuable types of minting mistakes because they are so difficult to find and nearly impossible to reproduce. Clipped planchets are another fascinating rarity. These coins look as though someone took a bite out of the edge, but it's actually caused by a mistake during the metal cutting process before the coin is stamped. Each clipped planchet has its own shape, making it one of a kind. Combine this unique shape with the early release year of the State Quarter program, and you get a coin that collectors absolutely love to find. Even the nostalgia behind the 1999 Georgia Quarter plays a role in its rising value. When the State Quarter program launched, people across the country began collecting them through pocket change, coin rolls, and family collections. The early years of the series hold a special place in people's memories, and that emotional connection adds to the demand for rare varieties. If you're hunting through your own collection, take your time and examine every detail. Study the lettering for doubling. Check the peach and the branches for shifting or distortion. Inspect the edges carefully for clips, cracks, or odd shapes. A small minting flaw may be the difference between a regular quarter and an extremely valuable collectible. And now, for the moment every coin lover waits for. A remarkable error version of the 1999 Georgia State Quarter has been known to reach an astonishing value of $78,000. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more hidden treasures, rare coins, and exciting numismatic stories, don't forget to give this video a like. Share it with fellow collectors who love uncovering valuable finds, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss another amazing coin discovery. Your support helps the channel grow and motivates us to bring you even more fascinating content. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!